Are you struggling and blaming that struggle on others, on everything outside of yourself? If the weather's not right, it's the weather's fault, or it's your neighbor's fault, or your boss's fault, or the president's fault, or the government's fault, or the Muslims' fault. You're in a constant fight with everyone, everything outside of yourself. You're always up for a battle. Well, the battle is not outside of you. The battle is within. A conflict within. And you have to get it straight. You have to make peace with it. You have to lay down your sword. You have to stop doing battle with yourself. Whatever conflict that you have going on within, you have to resolve it. The answers are not outside of you. The answers are not in more money. The answers are not in fancy clothes or other material things. The answers are not in the Democrats or Republicans, you know, being the majority. The answers are not in that. Anything outside of you. None of it. The answers are within, and that's because the battle is within. Right? And I know, I'm not going to tell you that there are not dark forces. There are dark forces. There's everything on this planet. It's Earth School. So there's an option, an alternative. Everything is represented here on this planet, including darkness. We have darkness within us, and that's where the battle is, between the light and the dark within us. We all have a little bit of rascal within us. All right? So I am aware that there are dark forces out there. There are people who are not loving. There are people who behave badly. That's because they have their own battle going on within them. We all do. No one's exempt unless you've reached self-realization, illumination. So you have to make peace with the battle within. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a personal example. For a long time, I had been doing battle with the fear of success. I had developed a fear of success, and that fear, the ego, was always wanting to keep me safe, right? I had experiences of self-sabotage, which was really the ego protecting me. But I didn't know that. That was the ego's way of protecting me by creating or not creating the things that I wanted in my life, causing self-sabotage. Because the ego wants to keep us safe, and the ego wanted to keep me safe. So I have my dreams. I know what I come here to do. I'm aware of my contract here on planet Earth. But then I have this battle going on, this conflict going on. On one hand, I have to shine my light. On the other hand, I have this ego that says, no, 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 it's dangerous to be seen. People will criticize you. People will say you're this and that. I didn't want that, right? It's safe. It was safe for me being small. It was safe for me being attached to a story of lack. Because lack for my ego was security. If you have nothing, people don't notice you. You're not seen. You're safe. Ah. But the day came where I could no longer play it small, where I had to deal with the battle within and face the fear. And your day will come if it's not already here. You will have to lay down your sword. Take off your armor and deal with the battle within. Because it's not outside of us. It's not out there. It's within you. And you have to be honest with yourself because it's going to get raw, right? It's going to be serious. It's going to be painful and suffering. But if you can move through the suffering, I will tell you that on the other side is peace and joy and knowing that you are capable and able and courageous, knowing that you can do what you've come here to do. It's on the other side. It's waiting for you. All those things that you imagine it would feel like is waiting for you, but you have to lay down your sword. You have to deal with the conflict within. You have to deal with the battle within. You have to win that battle because the ego is strong. The thoughts are not yours. Don't identify with them. You have to learn how to control and manage your own ego. When you're going through self-pity, when you're going through the dark night of the soul, when you're going through shame or guilt, when you're going through, I don't feel useful, I don't feel that I matter, you have to be strong. You have to know that this too shall pass. That this is part of the battle. That I'm in boot camp, spiritual boot camp. I'm being initiated. I'm expanding and growing. And this is part of it. You got to weed through it. Right? The layers. The battle is within. So stop fighting all those things outside of you. All the other people. They got to deal with their own shit. You deal with yours. I promise you, if you focus on the battle within, constantly, diligently, rigorously, you will triumph. And you have to define what that means. I know what that means for me, right? Peace, stillness, joy and love and grace, knowing that the universe is supporting me, knowing that I'm standing on my own 2 feet. The battle is within. Deal with that. And yes, there are a lot of distractions out there. And there are influences that may try to stop you, cut you off. But you're an infinite being. Your source energy. You can only be stopped if you give up and give in. Because again, the battle is not with anyone else, anything outside of you. The battle is within. I wish you well on your journey. It won't always be roses. That's part of the growth and the expansion, moving through the discomfort. Who loves you? I showed up love you. Thank you for your time. Happy seeking. Namaste. Namaste.